Today I'm making an Italian classic, linguine alla vongole, otherwise known as linguine and clams. Simple, inexpensive, anybody can make this dish. So stand by.
Welcome to my channel, and today we're going Italian old school, a classic. We're going to do linguine alla vongole, otherwise known as linguine with clams. And really, I mean, this is probably one of many people's favorite dishes, Italian seafood dishes, and it's probably one of the easiest ones that you're going to make. And it's just some simple ingredients. We have some olive oil here. We have some parsley, garlic, linguine, clams, and I add a few tomatoes. I'm not making a red sauce per se, but I like to add just a few tomatoes in my linguine alla vongole. So I'm going to do some quick prep here, and then we'll move over to the stovetop to pull this all together. So first of all, what I'm going to do is take my garlic and I'm going to put a chop on that. And what I'm going to do is kind of bruise it up to release it out of its skin. Y'all probably wondering what the blue thing is. So the first time in, I don't know, 5, 10 years, I sliced my finger on a mandolin. So, yeah, not good. And I don't like things on my hands, so this is driving me crazy. We'll get a chop on this. Now I'm going to make enough for 4. So I've got a pound of linguine, 3 cloves of garlic. I've got 5 like plum tomatoes here. And just probably about a half a cup of parsley, fresh Italian flat leaf parsley. So there's our garlic out of the way. Whoop. Then I'm just going to kind of quarter these tomatoes, because he's just going to kind of get thrown in right at the end, sort of for garnish, a little bit for flavor. Like I said, I like to throw it in. There you go. Get that over here. Put a rough chop on my parsley. Whoop. That out of there. You don't belong in there. And you notice I have my clams sitting in water over here. What I'm letting them do is to purge out any sand they may have still remaining inside. They're pretty clean. I've emptied this water out once and got a little bit of sand out there. So that's it, just a rough chop. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move over to the stovetop. We're going to throw this together. We'll be right back.
This episode shout out goes to the USS FINN culinary specialist Tony Bennett Jr. Check out some of the chow that Finn is enjoying.
Alright, so we're over here at the stovetop. And I've already got my linguine going because this is not going to take long once it starts to cook. Linguine is going to take about 8 to 9 minutes. I'm going to go al dente with it, a little bit undercooked, because I'm going to finish it off in some of the broth that the clams are going to make. So I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in my pan, let that warm up a little bit. Then I'm going to add my garlic. Once the garlic heats up a bit, I'm going to add my clams. Alrighty, so we're almost there. I'm probably going to put about 2 dozen clams in here. Clams have enough water in them that they're going to create their own broth. A little more than 2 dozen. Okay, so I'll put my lid on these. And in a few minutes, they are going to open right up. And then I'm going to remove them. Okay, so the clams have been cooking for about a minute. And so while they're cooking, I just want to make sure I mention that one thing I did do was check all my clams to make sure that they were closed, that none of them were open before I started cooking them. And like I said, it's going to take about 3 or so minutes for these to cook. Once they start opening up, which should be any minute now, it's going to go really quick. I'll remove the clams from the pan, then I'm going to add my tomatoes and my parsley, actually my tomatoes. I'm going to throw in my spaghetti into my tomatoes and my garlic and my broth, which is actually going to be my sauce, and then we'll top that all off with my clams. And the clams are just starting to open up now. I see one back there opening up, so the rest of them should start to pop open here any minute now. Like I said, this goes fast. I don't know if you can catch it on the video here, but they're starting to open. So, right on cue. These guys know what time it's, what time it's supposed to open up. There we go. And now, I'll take my water label here and take my clams out and set them to the side. And as you can see, they created their own broth in here. So I got some nice olive oil in there, some garlic, the clam broth. I'm going to add my tomatoes. Probably should use some tongs to help me out on this. You want to? All right, so the rest of these out. Set those to the side. Throw my tomatoes in here. I'm going to finish off my linguine in my broth over here. And that linguine will absorb some of that broth as well. Yeah. And it doesn't take long for those tomatoes to cook. Again, a lot of people don't add them. I do. A little thing one of my buddies showed me over there in Italy. Just give this a little turn. Throw my parsley in here. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Now some people we'll take some of the clams, which I'm going to do. I'm going to take about half of these and put the clams right in here. I'm going to turn this down, and then I'll just finish the tops off, or top the dish off with some clams in their shells. Pasta is ready. What I'm going to do now is plate one up, bring it over to the island, and we'll wrap this up. We'll be right back. Alrighty, so here we have it. Linguine alle vongole. Linguine and clams. And as you can see, it is a very quick dish. Very few ingredients. And you get a $30–40 meal that you would spend at a ritzy Italian restaurant. So, only one less thing to do with this, and has to try it out. So we're going to go in here. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Oh, look at the linguine. That was actually finished off in the broth, the clam broth. Get one of these clams. Yeah. Come on. There you go. That is killer. Awesome. Naples in the dish. There you go. Anyways, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and most importantly, share. So until next time, thanks. I'll see you later.
Fra guerrieri po' perbacco